Dear student, in our last two sessions, we studied about the different components used in case of UV visible spectrophotometry. So, in last sessions, we studied about the different light sources used and various monochromators used in case of UV visible spectrophotometry. So, today we are going to learn about the sample holders and detectors used in case of UV visible spectrophotometry. So first we'll learn about the sample holders or the cell. These are the container cuvettes. These are the containers for sample and reference solution, and they must be transparent to the radiation which will pass through them. Cords or fused silica cuvettes are required for spectroscopy in the UV region. These cells are transparent in visible region. Silicate glasses can be used for manufacturing of cuvettes for use between 350 to 2000 nanometer. So the surface of the cell must be kept clean and no fingerprint or blotches should be present on the cell. The cleaning of the cell can be carried out by washing with the distilled water or with the dilute alcohol, acetone or the detergent solution. Next, about the detectors. The light intensity from the transmitted radiation by the sample is collected on a detector device. This is to measure the amount of transmitted radiation, and the most modern detectors generate an electric current after the receiving the radiations, and generally the current is often amplified and passed on to a meter, a galvanometer or a recorder. And there are different types of detectors like barrier layer cell, that is photovoltaic cell, photo cell detector, that is photoemissive type of detector, and the photo multiplier tubes. So ideal requirement of the detector, it should give the quantitative response, it should have a high sensitivity and low noise level, it should have a short response time, then it should provide the signals or response quantitative in wide spectrum of radiation received, and it should have the short response time, it should generate the sufficient signal or electric current which can be measured or easily amplified by the for the detection by the meter. These are the ideal requirement of the detector. So we'll see one by one the different types of detectors. First one is the barrier layer cell. It is called as photovoltaic cell. It is this detector is most simple in nature, and it is also simple to construct and easy to operate. It consists of a copper or iron electrode, a metal base base plate is there, on which a semiconductor material like selenium is deposited on which, and over that a hypothetical barrier layer is present, and at the top, that is semi-transparent silver or gold is sputtered over the surface on, and on finally at the top the collecting ring is present. Now when a radiant energy h nu falls on the surface of barrier layer cell, the light passes through the transparent metal layer, and through that hypothetical layer it impinges on the selenium layer. On striking the selenium layer, it excites the electron from the selenium, which passes through the hypothetical barrier layer and are collected on the collecting ring. As a result, giving out of the electron from the selenium layer spread on the base plate, the latter possesses a positive charge, and thus the barrier layer cell generates its own electromotive force EMF. And if the cell is connected to a galvanometer or a low galvanometer, a flow of current is observed. The cell doesn't require any external power supply. The current produced by the barrier layer cell is very small in microampere, and hence amplification is carried out to read on the galvanometer. So the disadvantages are slow response time, fatigue effect, and poor modulation and adaptability. So it is used in case of cheapest colorimeter or the flame photometer. So our next detector is photocell detector, photo tubes or photoemissive tubes. It consists of high sensitive cathode in the form of half cylindrical cylinder of metal which is evacuated, and the inner surface of semi-cylindrical cathode is mounted inside. The bulb is coated with the photosensitive material like cesium oxide or silver oxide, and a anode also present. Here is the anode which is also present, fixed along the axis of tube, is more sensitive than this type of photocell is more sensitive than that of the photovoltaic cell. Here, when the radiant energy when h nu falls on the cathode, uh, electrons are emitted which are attracted towards the anode and causing current to flow. This current is amplified and measured. The response of phototube is depends upon the material used for coating and wavelength of the light striking it. So different phototubes are used for different region of the spectrum of light. And a current known as dark current is usually observed when phototubes are used as detector. This is because of the scattered electron emission from the photosensitive cathode due to stray radiation striking its surface. And this is compensated device to eliminate the dark current is usually employed in case of many instruments. So photo cells is more sensitive than that of the photovoltaic cell. So next detector is photomultiplier tube. In order to obtain the greater sensitivity to very weak light intensities, multiplication of the initial photoelectron by the secondary emission is implied. So multiplication of electron occurs here, photon multiplication. So it is called as photomultiplier tubes. A photon of radiation entering the tube strike at the cathode. Here it is the cathode is present, and there are diodes. Different uh, diodes are used having more voltage than that of the first. So when a photon of radiant energy is strike, when the energy strike h nu on the cathode, causing the emission of several electrons, and these electrons are accelerated towards the first diode which is 90 volt more positive than that of the cathode. So the electrons strike the first diode and causing the emission of several electrons for each incident electron, and these electrons are then accelerated, first electron, then these electrons are then accelerated toward the second dynode to produce the more electron which are accelerated towards the dynode 3 and so on, and eventually the electrons are collected at the anode. By this time each original photon has produced 10 raised to 6 to 10 raised to 8 or 7 times greater electron. The resulting current is amplified and then measured. So photomultiplier tubes are ideal for measuring the weak light intensities such occurs in the fluorescence and in determination of the trace elements by their emission spectra, and this eliminates the dark current also. So this is the cross section of the photomultiplier tubes. And finally the recorder signal from the detector received by the recording system and the recording done by the recorder pane. The signal from the detector is uh, is normally the proportional to the intensity of incident light on the detector, and after amplification may be displayed as percent transmittance or after passage through a logarithmic convergence circuit as absorbance, that is log of 1 by t. There are three common systems for displaying like percent transmittance or absorbance, that is moving coil meter or digital display, strip chart recorder are also present. So here we have completed about the instrumentation of UV visible spectrophotometer. Thank you.